Happy Money Making Mondays.
Yes, happy money making Mondays, guys.
Yeah, I might have to do me. I may have to do that again. My voice still was crinkly, crunchy. A little, like with the season changing, I'm not sick, but it's a lot of people around me that don't feel so well, and I'm fighting it.
Yep,
But
yep.
I heard it with that happy money making Monday. So I'm, like trying to trumpet it through, trying to push it through. Yeah.
Absolutely.
But
How
great
did
to
you
see
how was your
you.
weekend?
It was wonderful. I
Awesome.
celebrated my engagement. So we had a great time, friends, family, fun, games, and all of that, which is why I'm so super excited about today's topic, about why it is important to act now to,
Mhm,
those dreams and desires that we have to
mhm.
act now. So, for those of you all who don't know, my name is Quintaria Brunson. I'm a financial strategist that is dedicated to my community and making sure that we have solid exit strategies. And ultimately, we are building and living out the legacies that we desire. Do that through multiple financial platforms, real estate, lifetime income solutions, purchasing, scaling, and franchising businesses and more. But ultimately, my team and I, we just support in building and helping people build and execute the financial and business desires that they have. And then I have a partner. I have a partner. And I'll let
Absolutely.
her introduce herself.
Thank you so much. So, guys, I'm Mercedes Coates. I have been in the financial services industry for about 13 years. My agency, Coatesway Financial, we specialize in asset protection, income protection, anything that has to do with moving money around, retirement planning, permanent benefits. That's what we do, and we do it very well for families and businesses. So, we are here today collaborating as normal. We've been doing Money Making Mondays for about 2 years now, bringing you guys
Mhm.
practical strategies when it comes to financial planning, mindset, partnership, collaboration, things like that. So today we have a nice topic. I'll let Quintaria kind of share with you guys what we're going to talk about today.
Yeah. Well, first, like we always do about this time, I'm going to start with a quote.
Yeah.
I actually have two. I was kind of torn.
Okay.
We just going to share them both. The first one is, it's pointless to set goals if you're not going to try to hit them. And
Ah,
that's by Don Conley.
mhm.
The other is, rich people act in spite of fear. Poor people let fear stop them. And that's from The Power of Thinking Like the Rich. It's a message from Rich Dad Poor Dad. So I thought both of
Okay.
those were, because we're talking about act now and why to act now. So it's pointless to set goals if you're not going to try to hit them.
Yeah.
And then, rich people act in spite of fear. Poor people let fear stop them. So I'm ready to get into it, Mercedes. What say ye about
Oh, man.
why you should act now on your financial goals?
I mean, listen, there's no time like the present. As we know, every day, I don't know about y'all. When I wake up, every day seems totally different. It's almost like you really don't know what's going to happen for the day. It's no
Yeah.
longer like predictable. It's so unpredictable right now. So many different changes when it comes to the markets and just lifestyle in general. Laws are changing literally every day.
Yeah.
So I think there's no time like the present. I mean, why are we continuing to procrastinate and put things off? Just like you say, it's really about a mindset. You talked about poor and rich. Poor and rich is a mindset first,
Uh-huh.
right? It's a mindset first. So we have to start to make decisions, meaning you got to make a decision that's going to be best for you
Now
and your
you
family,
you
right?
know my saying. You got to CEO this thing.
You
We
got
have got to
to.
see it. And being the CEO of your life, your
Yeah,
business, your legacy is
yeah,
being decisive and taking leveraged risk. I'm not saying,
for sure.
like be foolish, but But we do need to, like you said, like make decisions and act.
Gotta
One
be
thing you
proactive.
kind of spoke to that I want to make sure that we highlight is I get like act now, now is the perfect time, but time is also your greatest asset.
Yeah.
When you begin investing and understanding compound interest, the snowball effect, and all of that, the
Mhm.
sooner you start, the better the opportunity and the longer opportunity you have to grow. Like I mentioned, my engagement party was this weekend, and friends and family, we were talking about, like they get me started, like y'all want to talk about like buying stuff together and doing things together. But one of the topics we were talking about was life insurance, cash
Mhm.
building life insurance policies. And a few were just amazed at how the compound interest and just the what you can build within some of these policies when you get it for your children,
Oh
like
yeah.
when you do child
Mhm.
legacy plans, but because they have, time, and not that if you miss the window and now you're in your 30s, 40s, or 50s, you have less time.
Yeah.
But time is our greatest asset in when it comes to
Absolutely.
investments and building wealth and all of that. And I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna pass the mic back to you. But I know for me, if I had just started my wealth journey this year, there were so many mistakes that I've made along the way. There were so many new things that I needed to learn or do. I just needed time to get my ebb and flow, if that makes sense, to
Mhm.
almost like jumping into a double dutch, that, like time to kind of figure it out and say, oh, I'm not as comfortable with this, but I'm really feeling this,
Yeah.
strategy or whatever. So time being, don't procrastinate, time being your greatest asset when you're investing, and then
Mhm.
time being able to allow you a little more grace to make mistakes if they happen, and to recover from
Yeah.
possibility, from the possibility of trying, when you're trying to figure it out, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. I mean, everything you said, I completely agree with. I mean, it's really about just kind of getting started, and you got to start to learn. You got to put yourself in that environment to start to learn and grow, right? So I
Hmm.
know a lot of people do a lot of research, right? So once you get that research done, that's when you now have to start to apply. And we
Yeah.
always talk about that. We always talk about, listen, getting started is the most important thing. Once you get into it, now you're around those professionals, you're around in that environment where you can thrive and start to learn how to do it more effectively. How do I,
Yeah.
add more money in this place in order for me to take advantage of the tax advantages, or tax shelters, right?
Hmm.
How can I snowball affect, your money, just like you said about compound interest?
Yeah.
Starting younger, the younger you start, the more time you have to compound to double your
Yeah.
money, right?
Yeah.
I think all of those things are amazing, but again, guys, we have to commit to making a decision that we're going to do something to make that change. That's the key.
Yes, and that is what I would say our second point is the discipline.
Yes.
Because and discipline goes both ways, because one of the things that you said in my conversation with friends and family over the weekend, and I hear with clients all the time, is they're researching, they're looking into it.
Mhm.
But and that's a form of procrastination, or it can be if you're not careful. You still have to have the discipline to act. Put a date on the calendar, like I'm going to research for 30 days, and on this day, on November 1st, November 15th,
I'll
I
remember this.
am putting something into action. But without the discipline to
Yeah.
execute these things, action creates momentum.
Yep.
It is much easier to remain consistent when you're acting, just thinking about it, even looking it up, it is a passive form of figuring things out. But I don't know about, I used to hear a lot as a kid, poop or get off the pot, like I get, but I definitely want to make sure
Yeah.
that we just let our community know. Don't allow the research and the, like, and you comparing apples to oranges to go too long, that you are not CEO in that thing and
Yeah.
making the executive decision on when to act and when to act, and getting started.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I completely agree with that. And one of the biggest things that we did this year, and you guys are going to learn about it right now, but we just opened a new office. So we just signed a lease to a new office in Laurel, Maryland, and we're super excited about the
But we
expansion.
still work nationwide. Don't get it,
Yes.
like, yeah.
We still work nationwide. However, we needed something kind of in the middle. So we have locations in Rockville, we have a location in Tysons, and we were opening one here in Laurel. And so in November, we're looking forward to our expansion. Of course, nationwide, just like Quintaria said. But again, we had to take that action because we
Mhm.
had so many agents who are in the PG County, Anne Arundel, Howard County, Montgomery County area, but not a lot of locations. So again, we got to expand, we got to grow. We're forcing ourselves to grow. And just like you said, taking that action allows you to
That
get started,
be
and that
CEO in
momentum,
that thing.
will gather, right? So I'm super excited about that. As we continue to come on and share with you guys, we hope that you will take the information that you are getting and start to apply it and start to make it work for you, right? And
Yeah.
and, and as your guide and as a financial strategist with Quintaria, and myself being very proficient in working with the right financial plans, we make a great team, great collaborations with CPAs, realtors when we're talking about mortgage protection. If you are a business owner, we make sure that you have the permanent plans in place, your retirement for you as the employer and for your employees. And then also structuring your business the right way. Quintaria is very proficient in making sure that you are the right type of entity, right? And
Yeah.
having business credit and things like that. So, guys, listen, we can go on and on about getting committed
Because
and
it sounds like you just saying it's no excuses. Essentially,
hey,
she's
it's
saying it's
not
no.
like
Yeah.
today,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
right?
and I love when you started off reminding us about mindset,
Yeah,
because all of these wonderful topics, all of these action items that we give, boom, bow, like a cute comic book or something. None of it. It is much more difficult to implement these things, and even to have the open mind to receive new knowledge if you are not cognizant and very intentional about having the mindset that not another day, not another week, not another month is going to go past without me doing something to
yeah,
keep me on track and heading in the trajectory of what I say my goals are and what I want my legacy to be. And like, we keep it real here. It is not
mm-hmm.
always, beautiful. It's
Yep,
not like as soon as you make the decision and you become consistent, or you get a financial strategy and start on your path, that is definitely commendable. But sometimes you fall off the wagon, you got to get back on, and life changes. God forbid, you may become sick or ill, but at least like, now you got to use some of those assets that you have built up and things of that nature. But
yeah,
we've got to act now. We've got to, and we've said start, but even for those who you have some buckets here and there, you have some retirement, be it through your job or whatever, act now and do an assessment, an annual review. Mercedes is very she speaks a lot to that, on why it is so important for us to go back and make sure that that financial plan is still serving us
yeah,
today as it was 10 or 15 years when you planned it, if you even put one together. But we come for 15 minutes. We give the community what they need. We encourage you to book your 15-minute consultation with us. But before we wrap up another powerful Money Making Mondays, do you have a final point or something that we want to leave our community with for today's Money Making Mondays?
Yeah, I would say really the 3 points that we always talk about. Number one, having an open mind, right? Having an open mind to know that you don't know everything and that you want to continue to keep learning. It's just like a book. When you open it, you're reading and you're bringing in that knowledge in your mind. Have an open mind to learning something that you may not be aware of, that may be something that you need to start to implement in your life or your financial portfolio. The second thing I would say is to have a burning desire, right? That desire is to say that I'm sick and tired of where I am right now. I need to do something different. I want something done. I want to get to something. That burning desire will carry you when you go through those peaks and valleys of your life, right? When things happen unexpectedly or expectedly. And the last
Mhm.
thing I would say is a big dream. That big dream, you can still dream, guys. And those things can truly come true with the right people around you, with the right strategies. And that's what we do here when it comes to financial peace, making sure that you have those things that can get you to that dream. Okay. So
Yeah.
big dream, open mind, burning desire, and big dream, I would say.
Sounds like legacy building over here. Well, that was another amazing session. I trust that this will bless and empower someone in our community or someone new to our community to act now and get this done. Well, happy Money Making Mondays, tribe. We will see you all next Monday. If we don't hear from you, by booking a consultation for a 15-minute review or assessment of where you are financially. Talk soon,
Awesome. Bye,
Mercedes.
guys. Thank you.